Hello, America. This is the Grout Power Hour. I'm your host, Leonard Grant. Tonight, my esteemed guests are the creators of the massively popular YouTube channel, Plonk. Merrill and Ryan, how are you?
Pretty good, Lenny.
Great, Leonard. Great question.
Now, Plonk, as it seems to me, is a pretty major production, and as a fan myself, I wonder how only two boys like yourself could run said production.
Well, that's a great question, Lenny. So, Plonk, Merrill and I, we kind of do everything there is to do around there, and you know, it has its stresses, but you know, it's just so rewarding. It's just so rewarding.
We do have a little bit of help from our lovely cameraman and extra, Isaiah. Great guy. You know, if there was a third we would ever add, I think Isaiah would clearly be the option. But right now we're content with just us.
For sure.
Interesting. Now, have you ever had any thoughts of expanding the Plonk cast?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, we've thought about it in the past, but just having it just be Merrill and I right now is very liberating. It's very freeing. So if we were ever to up the cast, we would probably just get a lot of people involved with it. We do like kind of like a Saturday Night Live sort of thing, or like a Bachelorette sort of thing, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, what's great about having just two people working on a project is we don't have a lot of conflict. It's super easy when Ryan has an idea or I have an idea. We don't have to go through other people. We're super open and communicative. It's super easy to just have meetings or text each other about all of our ideas. So I think those are the great parts. But we have considered the idea of going bigger.
Now, Plonk has become massively popular over the last few months. I wonder how your lives have changed with this newfound fame.
Fame? You know, sometimes I'll go to the grocery store and I'll see the way people look at me, and it's definitely different. Like, I think I kind of miss being an anonymous, a person in the background. But there is a certain charm to having people come up to me and like want photos or want to get to know me, you know?
Yeah, first off, I want to say that's an amazing question. Basically, ever since Plonk started to become the ginormous project that it is, you know, I've been getting a lot of like DMs from very attractive people saying, Ryan, oh, Ryan, I want you. Oh, Ryan, have my babies, stuff like that. I'm like, bitch, I'm busy. I got stuff I got to do. But so like it's kind of like it's a double-edged sword, you know. I get all these DMs, but you know the grind never stops. That's what we always say.
Yeah, grind never.
Yeah. Also, I want to say that was a great question.
Now, out of personal curiosity, because you two seem to be close as fuck, how did you guys come to know each other?
Kanye Internet Forum. Great question, by the way. That was great.
Interesting. Yes. Now, I just would like to say, because Plonk seems to be a very funny haha show, you know, I would have to imagine that you two tend to get each other to goof around a little bit on set. Just wondering who might break the most.
Well, I hate to admit it, but I personally break all the time. You can see it in a lot of the videos, just the edges of my mouth curling up a little bit. A classic Merrill laugh is going to come out, and, you know, we have to cut that sometimes, but I think it adds to the charm of our show. Great question, by the way.
Yeah, I just want to say that was a great question, and you know, like Merrill, he breaks a lot, but I'm like, things that people don't know, I'm classically trained. I did bits in high school. I studied bits in college. You know, I did bits with the great. I went to Nepal to study how to do like an ancient form of bits. Like, I'm just classically trained. And Merrill, you know, he's from the streets. He didn't have the same opportunities that I had to learn the bits. So we're different sides of like the same penny type shit.
I just want to say thank you for anyone who doesn't know. I was taken off the streets. I was living there a few years ago, and Ryan, thankfully, he offered me a place to stay. We knew each other in high school, and also, I mean, when we found each other on that forum, it was just a big saving grace for me.
Now, Plonk is a major network, and I have to imagine that it is worth a large sum of dollars. who has the actual rights to the Plonk name?
Whew. Well, that's a great question. So we've had a tough legal battle with the rights to Plonk and the Plonk name. There was another, as everyone knows. We've been trying to I know, Lenny, that we put it in our contract to not bring him up, but we'll bring him up. There's another guy who worked on Plonk with us. He wanted 100% of the company, and Merrill and I were like, we're not letting that bullshit slide. So we took him to court. We kind of social networked him out of it, us being Zuck, him being whoever the fuck Andrew Garfield played. And as you can tell, everyone knows who Mark Zuckerberg is. He's super rich. Can you tell me the name of Andrew Garfield's character?
Great question, by the way. Great question.
The one thing on everyone's mind, any sneak peeks for the next Plonk video?
Ooh, we got some big stuff in the works. Yeah, do you want to take this one? Also, phenomenal question.
Before I take this question, I just want to say, this has been a wonderful question that I've been thinking about for the past couple of minutes. Sneak previews. We were able to get a real life clown in the studio, and there was a little bit of a showdown that occurred, and I'm sure the whole audience will be excited to see what type of shenanigans we get up to. We had a little situation with a ghost in the studio. You want to talk about that one?
No, we don't want to give away too much, I feel like. We want to keep the mystery alive. I do want to say that we do have a special A-list celebrity that's going to be on our show in the future. And let's just say it's not going to be casual.
Today's episode is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. And lastly, as we are quickly approaching the end here, any final words you'd like to leave our audience tonight?
Yeah, for sure. Great question. Thank you guys for supporting us through the past couple of months. It's really been a wild, wild roller coaster, up and downs, lefts and rights. We got big stuff in the works. We have many a new video, many new bits, and just stay on your toes. You can never expect when we can drop. Great question, by the way. Really good.
Great question. Obviously, like Ryan's been saying, we have many things in the works. You're going to see the rise and fall of a Midwest something. But other than that, it's been great getting to see many.
We're getting Chaperone on the show. Yeah, we got her on the show. Yeah. All right.
We're announcing that here?
Yeah, fuck yeah, let's go.
Fascinating. Ooh, the watch is telling me that it's time to end tonight's episode of the Grout Power Hour. I'm Leonard Grout. Thank you for watching, America, and I'll see you next week.